I learn best when I'm learning while doing, and I find that most people do, all the way from little kids and puppies up to adults. So we learn by doing, right? And given that, and also that part of the stress around video sometimes can be confusion or overwhelm around the gear.
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing that I try to help people with is simplifying, like a super simple setup for video. And this, some pieces of this will apply whether you're doing live streaming or whether you're doing interviews online with your computer camera or whether you're shooting with your smartphone. So there's only like 4 things that you need. First of all, if you're going to use a camera, use your smartphone, and you need something that will hold it stable. Basically for your tripod, you need
Mm-hmm.
either a tabletop tripod, or if you're going to film standing up, which is a great idea for some people, energy reasons, you just need a tripod to hold your phone. Then I recommend this mic here. I'm not sponsored by Rode. I wish, but I'm not. But you can see this mic has been everywhere. I travel a lot, and
Mm-hmm.
Rode products, I just really like them. They are a great combination of professional but affordable. You
Okay.
can definitely spend more on a mic, but this is a great one to start with because it just clips right to your shirt
Mm-hmm.
and plugs right into the headphone jack. Now, some people don't have a headphone jack anymore because Apple and their infinite wisdom did away with it, I think in the iPhone 7. So, but you do have, there's a little adapter,
That
right?
little dongle, absolutely,
The
yeah.
dongle, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that used to come with it. And now I think the iPhone, is it, the last one didn't even ship with the dongle. So
Mm-hmm.
at any rate, you'll need a dongle. Now, the challenge with that is you can't charge your phone at the same time you're using the dongle because you're using that port, right?
Sure.
So there are dongles that have 2 little things.
Exactly.
And I don't have one of those. By the way, I should have said this earlier. Hope nobody's taking notes seriously. I have this for all you guys, access to this whole list, an easy way to order it if this works for people.
Okay.
So don't worry about trying to write it all down. And then I just did a whole video training around it, so we'll talk about that in a minute too. But at any rate, the double-sided dongle, I saw some kind of iffy reviews, I guess is what I'm getting at. So
Mm-hmm.
they're not expensive, you could give it a try,
Right.
but I haven't endorsed one yet. And then the last thing that you need is a light source.
Okay.
So I use natural light when I can. And if I can't, like right now, my room that gets a little bit dim, so I have one of these big box lights. There are, you guys may know what that is. It looks like a black box on a light stand with and the light from it's really soft because there is a kind of an opaque or translucent piece of fabric on it.
Right.
So those are really inexpensive on Amazon. They're not as cool as the Diva light, but the Diva light is the round light that gives like amazing light, but you better know what you're doing with makeup like a Diva with those.
Yeah.
Also, they're not very forgiving in terms of moving them around. My box lights move around for me. Like, I mean,
Right.
I have all my box lights all over Mexico. I love them. And the last thing with the Diva is you can't wear glasses with it. I haven't figured out a way to do that.
Oh, because of the white, it would be white circles on the lenses.
It's alien. You look like an alien.
Okay. Well,
Right.
I don't have a light ring. I may look like an alien anyway, so it may be an improvement.
No. But my point with all of that is, and this is something else I think that we're getting to and that I'm trying to introduce to people, now that like we've been in this big tidal wave of video, everybody's getting online going, I got to be doing video. Well, now let's all step back and take a breath and align how we look with our brand. So
that's
there's
good.
no reason, we don't have to look, like the morning show on TV camera ready, but we don't have to look like we're in a cave. And I just did a post on LinkedIn about the cure for cave person video, because I mean, I admire anybody who's doing video, taking that on, but it's time to step back and buy a box light. So you can look a little bit, because you want to represent yourself like your brand. I mean, I'm sure everybody spent some money on their logo and their website.
Sure.
When you get ready to go to a networking meeting, do you walk in there, looking like you've got, no, you walk in there kind of ready for action, correct?
Yeah.
That's what a little bit more of a home mini studio or office mini studio will do for you, is just have your light there, have your mic ready to go. And if you can't leave your stuff up, you can put tape on the floor where your light goes when you want to like grab it and start doing a video.
Right. So you can be kind of consistent in your delivery from video to video. Yeah, that's good.
Exactly. And you probably, I mean, you're in the same place that I saw that you were on your others on YouTube. And so you've realized that
I'm in my cave.
yeah. But if you had to set that up every single time, how much less efficient would that be?
Sure.
And you'd be tempted to not do it at all. And that's what I find too. Okay. Last tip is when possible, batch your videos. So, like, and that's less for live streams perhaps than marketing videos, or if you're doing a YouTube channel that you're going to be creating videos for, you want to figure out a way to batch those, at least most of them, because it is so much more efficient to do, believe it or not, 4 or 5 videos at one time than it is just to do one. And a lot of people are like, I just want to get one done. And then I'm like, no, we're going to do at least 3, and you're going to see how much more efficient it is. Plus, it saves you money in the edit.
Yeah, yeah, and there's a flow. I mean, it takes a little while to get into the flow of the thought process, and once you're in it, you want to kind of make hay while the sun is shining type thing, and this idea of how can I be consistent and have a consistent thought pattern that's going through, because these are not necessarily independent thoughts. I mean, they may tend to build on each other. So let me ask you a really quick question about point number 1. You said use your smartphone. Why do you recommend doing that? Is it just because of ease of entry, or is it because the camera has gotten so good that it's going to be as good as any other, like a DLR camera or DSLR, whatever, the digital reflex cameras or whatever? So why specifically just use your cell phone?
Well, number one, most people have one now.
Right.
Not everybody has a camera.
Yeah.
And the new iPhone, I'm not sure about the older ones, it shoots 4K.
Yeah.
So if you're worried about, which by the way gets compressed way down
Sure.
on the internet, so I'm not really sure why we need that, but unless we're doing BMW commercials, but at any rate, or unless you're producing stuff that's going to be seen on the big screen, maybe at any rate, the iPhone camera and some of the other Android models can do very acceptable video, especially for this kind of video, or a health coach that's shooting themselves doing video fitness stuff.
Right.
So you just don't need the extra step of downloading footage, and that footage is going to be usually bigger. It could be and some of them have proprietary formats like Sony used to. I don't know if they do anymore. Then the last thing is with the camera, you just have so many more settings to figure out how to deal with, that it's just another, kind of laborious step.
Sure.
In between.
Just overcomplicate things.
It just overcomplicates things. And my motto is keep it simple. And my second one is we can always get fancier later.
Yeah.
There's a Facebook guru, Marie
Forleo.
No, she's the YouTube lady. No, this is Marie Smith. She's a Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
And she has a beautiful live stream look, that is something that, a video producer, a coach can totally help you achieve. But you don't have to start there.
Right.
To start the video.
Right.
You start, with this setup, which, isn't like amazing, but it's better than the cave person look.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, let me ask one other question, and then we'll just ask you where people can find you online. But how do you, or what is the easiest or quickest way for somebody once they shoot these videos? Where do they go for editing? What editing software is free out there, or easy access, or just real quick touch on how to get it to this post-production stage?
Yeah, another good question. And so I don't give tons and tons of recommendations about editing software because I'm a little contrarian with that. I used to be an editor. I am a very good video editor. So I know how long it takes. It takes a long time. And even if you know what you're doing, what I prefer to encourage people to do is set up their shoot and their scripts and their shoot in such a way that makes the footage really easy to edit. And I don't really have time to get into that here, but that I have a whole piece on that in my method. And that's the video producer thinking part. Like, I know from the time you're writing your script what the editor is going to be doing with your footage.
Right.
So how to do that. So, but you basically just want to keep it really simple, and you want to practice. and keep your, long rambling footage. Don't just give all that to an editor and expect them to be able to deal with it efficient. Well, they can deal with it, but it's going to cost you more money. Anyway,
Right.
this is a long way of saying, sorry, that I like for people to be really efficient in the way that they create their videos so they don't have to edit them, because when you're organized, an editor on Upwork, I've used a bunch of them. They're great. They're very capable, and they're not that expensive versus your time learning how to edit, waiting for it to upload. Because if there are some good online editors right now, but it takes forever depending on your internet connection.
Right.
There's just some simple things that some still don't do. And so I would say, if you do, if you have to edit your own stuff, there's like just chopping off the front and the back. iMovie is easy.
Yeah.
I think there's another Wistia. Is that? I shouldn't even say, because Camtasia. I think that's the one I'm thinking of.
Okay.
But in general, I don't edit anymore, and I have an advantage because I know how to communicate with an editor, but that's something I teach my clients as well. But I would just say, be really efficient and focused in how you create your footage, and then get an editor